so crowded in this meeting room for the last session. I'm so happy that everyone who love each other stay in this meeting room. So that for the final session, I think that for our today conference, Asia Pacific MOOC Summit should be complete. That we should to summarize our idea, from our presenter for 4 topics. It is a good opportunity for today that we have a 4 reporter. I would like to invite 4 reporter. The first one, Assistant Professor Dr. Pravinya Suwannatachot. Dr. Pravinya from Chulalongkorn University. She will report from the program course level section. The second people I would like to invite Professor Dr. Kodama Yasushi to the stage. Professor Kodama, he's the professor from Hosei University, Japan. The third people I would like to invite Seo Young Lee from National Institute of Lifelong Education, Republic of Korea. Okay. And last one, I would like to invite Wesley Robert Taylor from UNESCO Bangkok. So that for the time pass quickly, I understand well everyone so tired for today's conference, also of us too. So that it is possible that the reporter, 4 of you, could you please summarize in the short as you can present. I cannot limit the time. Is it possible? Not more than 5 minutes is okay? Okay. Longer up to reporter. The first start, I think that for our sequence of the topic, is possible. Dr. Pravinya, could you please start for the first people and then go to the second and third and fourth? Okay. Thank you. Nobody at all.
Slide, please. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. This 2 days is really delighting conference, and I think for yesterday, from the professor that come from the subject and program level of MOOC, they got many significant, factors to share with us. So I'll summarize some of the 4 factors that they said and they mentioned. So the first keynote speaker that we got about the subject and program level is Professor Pong, and for presentation and discussion on the subject and program level is Professor Warina, Professor Lauhajarat Sang, and Professor Nam, and Professor Yamada. From 4 professors, all 4 factors found, and then I'm just the first things we're talking about the MOOC in the context first. First, the regional level, country level, and institution level. But all the MOOC course that 4 presenters said it is about like an online course. When they implemented this online course, some implemented as a blended course or flip learning, and some kind of like a supplementary in the main course in the campus, and 4 for the Professor Yamada, he mentions about the massive, the acronym, but should share with you that online but blended approach is acceptable. This is what we found a lot in the many countries, and also with the 4 professors that use it, right? But with the 4 major factors that everyone mentioned is about like content, pedagogy, and learning media, and assessment and evaluation. For the first content, we heard about the Hanok course. So this is some kind of cultural, right? And from the northern Thai food, from the Chiang Mai University. So the content, if the content is about like a cultural and a bit interesting for the people to continue their life, or get more value about their living life. So maybe the MOOC will be more valuable to attract the people to come. And for the pedagogy, everyone saying about the video lectures, still the same, that we talking about the very short video lectures, 5 to 10 minutes, or not more than like maybe a bite-sized video short. And we use a pedagogy, some kind of question and answer, quizzes, and a pre-test, post-test, things like that. And for the more one thing I found from the one professor, they use online collaborative learning. And then we move to learning media. So various formats found, more than only video, PDF, content, presentation, PowerPoint, or some kind of download things, that worksheet that they use. And for assessment and evaluation, actually this part from discussion part. So we got effective methods for evaluation. So Professor Iris used peer assessment in her class, and pre and post test for the guarantee the successful learner, right? And we use learning analytics. This is come from Professor Pong. Professor Pong showed us about with MOOC, and with MOOC is visualization tools plugged in the edX platform. So after we use that, maybe in the near future we can categorize characteristics of the top students, what they do during the courses. So with MOOC plugin, maybe the near future that after he opened to the public, And for the effective methods to evaluate learning outcome in the MOOC, this is highlighted in the blue words as a peer assessment, peer review system, and personal achievement records, pre and post test, reflections, and rubrics. Also with the question and answer, this all from the 4 professors that used in the class. Yeah, this is some kind of when we implemented the MOOC. So professor who build up the MOOC content should think more about the assessment. Yeah. So, and a future direction from the course section, course program and level is about like more integration of MOOC, in the main campus, or more integration in various areas in the labor. And expansion of MOOC courses more in the campus or in some area to improve more lifelong learners. And the last thing is implementing it means MOOC in the systematic way of the flipping learning, because I heard that Dr. Chanompon said that she did flip learning, but not systematic yet. So she will try to make it more systematic model. Yeah, this is all that from the course and program level. Thank you very much.
Yes. All right. I am so grateful for having a reporter of platform and portal level session. I am originally an engineer for the IT company, so just transferred to the professor. So it is very interesting for us to present like this platform and portal system. So I will briefly introduce or summary of reflect their presentation. Then we have 9 presentations from the Philippines and Malaysia and Korea and Thailand. After that, we have 5 presentations from Japan, which is JMOOC person. In JMOOCs, I have a portal by a non-national and private company. And just first of all, introduce some portal point and Gakko and Fistam and all user platform and net running in platforms. So I will present briefly this presentation. So as you know, yesterday the presentation slide is a little bit broken. So I'm a little bit confusing for maybe it's not good to the present. So I just totally putting to the item was the presentation. First of all, from Philippines, the title is Asian MOOC Portal and Model and Governance and Sustainability and Plans and Challenges. She said towards the pedagogical MOOCs made by Philippines MOOC, PMOOCs. So she just setting up to the Asian MOOC portal offered by a member of an institution by Asian Association of Universities, coordinated by a steering committee, Hong Kong and Indonesia and India and Japan and Malaysia. So the philosophy is gateway to knowledge and open access, launched on 26 October 2016, Manila. Then she just explained the transfer credit and sustainability and challenges. After that, from Malaysia, the title is Overview of MOOC Development and Implementation. That she setting up to the in 2015 globalized open line of a Malaysian education blueprint for higher education. That she explained the focus. And Malaysia MOOC setting up to launch on the 2016, and the number of MOOCs currently 219. Total enrollment is 161,000 persons. And she explained Malaysia MOOCs framework from input to output. And coordinated by National E-Learning Council and the collaboration between the 20 public institutions. Then there is 3 categories, common courses, niche courses, and lifelong courses. From pedagogy, fundamental shift in education from MOOCs 1.0 to open learning. Then she explained the student-centered learning and this just introduced the discussion board and learning activities and other topics. From Korea, the title is KMOOC Platform Present and Future. He explained the KMOOC system based on the Open edX platform. Then in 1916, upgrading platform and explaining system architecture and KMOOC services. This means based on the Open edX in the upper side in the modification and development, plus interworking. Then just introduced mobile apps using Open edX mobile apps. Then currently over 1,000 count and the number of users is over 1,000. In mobile apps, then including the learning activity and quiz and so on. Then he explained KMOOCs Insight and KMOOCs in 2017 and the future plan. Finally, in the Expect for Japan, from Thailand, national e-learning named by EDL-TV, which means the e-distance learning TV. And it includes global OER and MOOCs. Then they has a 2 years project under the support of the Office of Basic Education Commission. Then including to 10 initiative content partners and the portfolio and e-testing system and so on. So especially for introducing to the edX studio, then including to the converting SCOM to edX and step-based authoring and drag and drop tools and so on. He explained the current status. Finally, from the next session, this includes to the first of all JMOOCs portal and platforms. This portal has a single sign-on from the Google or Facebooks. And he explained to the quality assurance through the course certification, which means including the category 1 and the category 2 and the category 3. Category 1 means university level courses and provided by universities. And category 2 means courses provided by technical college and vocational schools. And finally, category 3 means special extension courses by university and courses and companies. Then he explained like this item. Next one is Gakko. The title is Gakko, the Japan MOOCs, launched on the 3rd February 2014. And the over runner is over 360,000 persons and include over the 180 courses. And he explained the ratio, gender or something, ratio, ages. Then finally, he explained the business side, looking for the new market and providing for your e-learning platforms. The next one is from Fujitsu, introducing the Fujitsu MOOC platforms, FISDAM. FISDAM is produced from Freedom is Wisdom. And it includes hybrid and integrated platform, MOOC and spokes, supporting both Japanese and English. And include peer assessment and logging with OpenID and serverless authentication. Then she explained the course structure and, for example, available open courses like this basic series on the engineering, introduction to information literacy and so on. Then that she explained by some screenshot. My courses, list of chapters like this. Then next one is from the Open University Japan platform. The architecture is Moodle-based plus ebooks and Mozilla Open Badges. He explained the standard curriculum and the problem in the Open University platforms. Then just he introduced the IMS Caliper and that's a new project of IMS JS JMOOCs joint project. Finally, from the JMOOCs, which is a net running ink platform. They used by 35 million persons and over 5,000 courses. Then he introduced the company program and the company concept like this. Then he introduced one example of a course, Japanese fashion history, which is average of a runner is 49 years old. Then just he insists of a reason for the including the high compression rate because because two items. One is learning design, which means easy to understand concept and class redesign and face-to-face lecture for e-learning. Then support center, which means a special team and supporting students and administrators. Okay, that's it.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Soyoung Lee, and I'm honored to be a rapporteur for the institutional level session. I'll give you a brief summary on the Track 3 session, institutional level, organized by KMOOC we had this morning. The session was composed of one keynote speaker, Professor Dr. Jin-hyuk Lim. He's from Post-Tech, and followed by 4 speakers, Professor Dr. Sung-in Oh, University of Science and Technology from Korea, Professor Dr. Kristinati Ambar Puspitasari from Universitas Terbuka, Indonesia, and Professor Dr. Vilas Wuans from Mahidol University, Thailand, and Mr. Masanobu Obinita from Sophia University in Japan. Themes and concepts covered in the session for the institutional level were major developments and prospects for MOOCs at universities in Asia-Pacific region. It was a great opportunity to look at the university strategy and policy towards MOOCs in a comparative perspective from professors' point of view. This session aimed to draw the practical implications for further development of MOOCs at the university level in Asia-Pacific region by bringing in and sharing the advanced practices of MOOCs at the university level in the region. This session looks at the current status of MOOCs, the obstacles universities are facing currently in terms of MOOC development, operation, and promotion of MOOCs in their campuses and their efforts to overcome these obstacles. Current status of MOOCs in university is very positive. More and more students are interested in taking courses through MOOC and utilizing knowledge they learn from the MOOC. Universities are not only expanding number of MOOC courses they're offering, but they're also increasing diversity of MOOC courses they're offering. Common challenges most institutions are facing right now are low completion rate and cost and management of MOOC. To tackle low completion rate, institutions are putting various kinds of efforts, such as recognition of MOOC certification as regular credits mentioned by Professor Sung-in Oh, Post-Tech, which is actually happening in Post-Tech right now, and making courses with English subtitles to draw global students mentioned by Dr. Mr. Masanobu Obinita from Sophia University, and trying to offer more MOOCs that meet the needs of the society mentioned by Professor Dr. Krisnatik Ember Puspitasari from Universitas Terbuka in Indonesia. For cost and management of MOOC, we're still working on to find a way we can reduce the cost without sacrificing quality. However, it is important to us to remember good quality of MOOC mainly depends on learning content itself, not on exterior beauty aspect of the video. To maintain high quality of MOOC, it is important to incorporate quality assurance as Dr. Jin-hyuk Lim mentioned in his presentation. What makes this session productive is that this session covered institutional support to promote MOOC at institutions both for students and teachers. For students, USD in Korea initiated MOOC-based individualized remedy programs, as Dr. Seung-in Oh mentioned in his presentation. For teachers, Dr. Vilas Wee-Woong-se from Maido University made a really interesting point. He talked about an institutional support for teachers. He mentioned about academic promotion support for teachers so they can use MOOCs as their research output for promotion. In this way, teachers can receive acknowledgement of their work, and it will help teachers to focus more on MOOC. His statement emphasized the importance of an institutional support not only for students but also for teachers in order for us to achieve expected goals of MOOC initiative. The session was very productive and promising because it allowed us to see MOOCs in different institutions are sharing one common goal, which is to provide quality courses to students in order to promote global lifelong learning, even though they are currently on different tracks. Thank you very much.
I'd like to wrap up with the policy session, which I hope is still fresh on your minds. I thought it was a fantastic ending point, and it really reminded us what this is all about. That we're all learners, that we're all students, and whether it's at policy level or course level, we're all students. Professor Lim, I think, was casual, but his questions were profound, and his points were spot on to the implications of policy. So I love how Professor Lim presents, because he's giving you insight without forcing it. So it's coming across very naturally, and I think one question in particular really frames the policy discussion well. It's how could MOOCs address the challenges of equity, quality, and efficiency? Asking us, what is the purpose of your MOOC, right? If you can answer that question at different levels, that could really be a driving force. So I want all of us to remember those 3 points, if we can. Quality, efficiency, and equity. Because what is the role of government if it's not about those 3 things? I think that's really important, and we were reminded of that, the role of government to ensure equitable and inclusive quality education. We heard that from JMOOC and KMOOC in different ways. They're all different models, but they teach us about the importance of reflecting on this question continuously, that this is not about one question that's asked once at the beginning of the process. It's asked continuously, and that's what I mean by we are all learners, right? There's a continuous development process to what we're talking about here today. And I love President Key's point about that education in the context of Korea must be linked to social welfare. Links MOOCs to lifelong learning in collaboration with the ministry. You start to see the contextualization of MOOCs, right? Linking MOOCs to the development and well-being of the social class, social welfare. Dr. Tapani mentioned the same. Digital Thailand. There's a vision here in Thailand that's taking shape. It's gaining momentum across the ministries. And MOOCs, digital natives, being a part of that, promoting lifelong learning. It has a place in the big plan and development in Thailand. And I think that's where we start to see the role of government in promoting equity, quality, and efficiency. So I think Professor Yoshimi gave us the remaining step to say, where do we go from here? This becomes a consortium, and I think on behalf of UNESCO, I would congratulate ThaiMOOC, JMOOC, and KMOOC for going first. It's not easy to kind of come out as a network and say, this is important to us. These questions around quality, efficiency, and equity in the context of MOOCs are important. So you've gone out first and said that these are questions that you want to link to Education 2030. You want to link these to the Sustainable Development Goals. You want to link these to social welfare and the development of your country. And that's really what UNESCO wants, right? I mean, this is bringing this back to quality education. So I think those 3 points are really important at different levels, of course. And I think Professor Yoshimi's point about coming together again at those different levels could form working groups. Professor Liebing mentioned meeting in Shenzhen, for example, as a next step to form this steering group at different levels. And what those key questions are need to be answered as we go forward with this network. But I think it was a fantastic end, and we're excited that this is all linking back to us being learners together as we work towards next steps towards quality education. Thank you.
Wow, I'm happy to hear about the full reporter, because as I saw, I would love to start from the policy that policy is like the either set up for our goal that we should to we have no the platform we cannot put any cost any activity on that one. For the program that's important again because it's like the it's like the most important thing that can communicate to the learner. That Professor Pravinya report for the CPO, for the content, for the pedagogy and assessment and learning media. That all like the jigsaw that we merge together for the full reporter that you summarize. Wow, it's wonderful. That I am so happy to hear that. Well, I think that for reporter, is it possible for the audience? Would you love to join the reporter to summarize or any comment or any suggestion? I think that they also compete. Both of them, the reporter complete already. So that this time, I think that this is time that we also spend the whole day, such a long day. Yeah, but for my feeling that is a perfect conference that we also arrange, that we also share knowledge, expertise for the today already. This time that we are this time, I think that we should to report via the website that Michael also announced already. We can archive everything because this is a MOOC, this is a digital archive. We can access anytime, anywhere when we back to our home. So that MOOC is like the important topic. Is our class, is our classroom that we can access everywhere. So that for the full reporter, summarize the full topic. It is important for our MOOC to enhance our learning in this era. So that I think that this time to say no matter anything, we have to do again for our MOOC. And also, I think that this time to say, we'll say thank you for everyone that for your attention and hope you return home safe and sound. See you again on next, the second Asia Pacific MOOC Stakeholder Summit in Seoul, Korea. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, as she said, see you again in Korea. So will you buy ticket for all of us?
Yeah.
No. On behalf of the host, JMOOC, KMOOC, Thai MOOC, and also UNESCO, we thank everyone who put your heart into this event, who participate into this event, and we hope we learn a lot from this event together. And don't forget, all the video recording of all sessions will be available on the website, so you can come back, and all the presentation files as well in PDF format. So you can go and download by yourself, plus one book from UNESCO and one book from NIA. So thank you very much. Have a good trip home. Thank you. ขอบคุณครับ Goodbye.
Yes, you've done a lot.